It's 2 minutes to 7 in the evening, and it will be 2 minutes to 7 in the evening all the way through this video, because I've had to take the battery out because it makes a hell of a noise, that clock. So, we said last night that we'd put up some videos, put together some videos, and we've had literally somebody asking for the video. So, with the chord spinner, what we've done, and we'll put one up here somewhere if we can, we've broken the music down into what it really is, which is 7 notes. So if you're going to do something in the key of C, it's C, D, E, F, G, A, B, no sharps, no flats. If you're into other keys, there will be some sharps and flats, but it'll still only be 7 notes in that key. If we started off something like the key of G, with the G, you've got G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, G. That's the 7 notes. So if you wanted to make chords out of those, you've only got those 7 notes. So for your G chord, you would use a G, a B, and a D, counting 3. Root 3rd and 5th, which you'll see on the chord spinner. In the key of G, the next chord or the next note would be an A, and that would be an A minor. Next chord would be, so the next note would be a B, the chord would be a B minor, then a C major, a D major, an E minor, and the last chord, which you'll probably never bother with in your life, would be diminished, F sharp diminished. So basically all you're really going to use is the 7 notes to make 6 out of the 7 chords. And that's it, you're done. Everything in the key of G would be 3 majors, G, C, and D, 3 minors, A, E, A, and B minor, and that is it. Those chords are given numbers. I mean, we've got a whole lot to get through on this, but those chords will be given numbers. The first note in the scale is always the 1. So your notes are, or your chords are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But then if you do go into another key, if you're in the key of A, then it would be, again, that would be number 1. 1 to 7. Spin the wheel around, you'll see the chords that are now in the scale of A major. There isn't really a lot more to it than that. People that I speak to that have taken up guitar and you see them and they go, how you doing? They go, it got very complicated. I learned all my chords, but then I found out there's thousands more chords and all the lead work and it's so complicated. It's not. I mean, the lead work's even easier if you were in G major, which is the same as the E minor scale, which again, looking at the wheel, you can see it's using exactly the same notes, exactly the same chords, just a different starting point. So if you were to do if you wanted to do some lead work, and you probably wouldn't do it on an acoustic guitar, but if you were doing some lead work, guitarists wouldn't use generally all 7 notes. You would use the pentatonic scale, which is only 5 of those 7. So in an E minor, that's it, and repeat. But there's only 5 notes that you're actually using. That's all you've got to play with, really. And the same as if you're in G major, because it is the same as the E minor. Same notes, just starting at a different point, the G. And run through the same notes. So your song, if you wanted to write a song in G major, you know that you've only got the 3 majors. If you wanted to put a 4th chord in, I mean that would be the 1st chord, the 4th chord, the 5th chord. Usually what people do, not always, they just put a minor in there, an E minor, for the 6th chord. Well, there's 1,000 songs like that. But you'll get to see why all these songs are using the same chords, because that's all you've got in that key: 3 majors, 3 minors, done. And what can I say? We're going to go through all those. On top of that, what the wheel is going to tell you is which is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth chords, why the majors, why the minors. You'll be able to work it out from this. The booklet gives you how we've got the workings for this, so you're not only going to just dial something in and go, well, that's the chords I can use. You'll find out how to use those chords and what you can do with them. Yeah. So it doesn't matter how complicated a song gets, you can borrow chords from somewhere else, but that's something else. First we're going to learn the scales and the chords within that scale. And then if you want to try and concentrate, borrow somebody's song, work something out, you know you've only got those notes. So if it gets really fast or complex, you think it's going to be complex, you know, I'm only going to play around with those notes. So if you have to but whatever you're doing in that particular song, you know these notes are all going to repeat all over the neck, so you've got your so wherever you are, that's the notes you're going to be playing with. It makes it an awful lot easier. So hear that if it comes crashing down. So when you're playing your fancy little song that you've just invented in the key of G and you've got your chords, you can start on a different note if you wanted. You want to start on the 5th chord, 4th chord, 1st chord. And then your other musicians, they'll know that the notes they're going to be playing in that one, that is actually this key. The key of G major. There is a D major in there, but it's not in the key of D major. And you'll see when you go through the wheels, you're going to be using all the notes from the G major scale. So you've got your 9. So if you want to make up your little lead breaks, anything using those notes. Key of G major. Some people might say that's D mixolydian, which again, go through the book, you'll see what we'll be talking about there. Loads more videos to do on this one, and I'm just rambling on for nearly 10 minutes already. So yeah, that's just the basics. What I'll do, I'm going to start putting some more things together, probably get a decent camera and microphone instead of just using my iPhone. And so we'll leave it at that for the moment, and then I'll actually sit down and maybe actually think about what I'm going to do before I just turn the phone on. And we'll do a few more over these next few weeks, because if anybody's listening in the future, this is the 23rd of March, and we are pretty much going into lockdown. Most of the shops are shutting. We've shut down the community centre. We had to do that on Friday. So that's what we'll be doing this for. What we'll do is we're going to sell a few of these little wheels, the chord spinner, and every penny profit we're making from that we're going to put back into the community centre, because the community centre is self-sustaining. So we have the gymnasium down there, we have the kettlebells, exercise classes during the week, various things go on, yoga. Weekends we have all the kids' parties. We have no income from that now at all. Nothing, we can't open the hall for anything. So in the meantime, everything we get from these wheels, we'll just sit and have a chat over the next few weeks, see how this thing works. $12.95, this will be delivered to your door, and you're going to get so much out of it. You've got the major chords, the minor chords, the major and minor scales. There'll be stuff for beginners, so you can see how simple the chords are. It might look complicated on your piano, your guitars, your bass, but once you get your head around this and you can see it laid out, it gets so much easier. But we also got a complicated end, which even musicians that have been doing this for years, like the modes, we've got the major, which we would call the major, would be the Ionian, the first, and then we've got the Dorian, the second, third would be, I'm doing this from memory, third would be Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, which is the E minor. And how we'll go through how all those different modes will work, which is really fascinating stuff. Which we might even need some bagpipes at some stage to show you the Mixolydian. That is brilliant, because we could be in a D, but we're actually in the scale of G. So if you were doing, if you're in D, you'd go down to C sharp, yeah. But if you're in the scale of G, you would go from that down to there. So instead of half step, you go down a full step. So you've now got like a sort of Gaelic. Maybe something for tomorrow. So I'll leave it at that, and let me know your feedback, if any of this makes sense or it's just gibberish, and I'll speak to you probably tomorrow. Thank you.